We've been building a royalty portfolio for 20 years. And I want to talk to you about how we've been able to, if I can figure out how to advance the slides, I can. There we go. So it's important that I dig in and talk to you a little bit about how we've built this portfolio over 20 years that now touches nearly 5 million acres of mineral rights worldwide. First and foremost, and what our core strength is, what we call a hedgehog within the business in the United States. Our core competency is royalty generation. And this is the process where we actually go out into the field using economic geologists and business acumen to acquire prospective mineral rights in various countries around the world. We then add value by coalescing the existing data, collect additional data, and then sell that on to an industry that's hungry for discovery opportunity in exchange for cash payments, share payments if it's a junior company, work commitments in ground, and always a production royalty at the end of the day. This business model slowly accretes a base of the pyramid and discovery optionality in a very effective and capital astute manner. We then augment that portfolio by doing what our competitors, for the most part, solely do, and that is buy royalties. We're always out looking for royalties, particularly those that are not going through a sales process, or we have some particular geologic interpretation that tells us that the discovery optionality, the ability for more metal to be found over time, exists on that property, and thus it's a great royalty to buy. I believe that the magic of this model is the integration of royalty generation and royalty acquisition, which makes EMX unique. Another aspect that makes EMX unique is our strategic investment track record and the fact that we make strategic investments. So this same team of economic geologists operating mineral terrains around the world occasionally come across an opportunity where we have identified what looks to be a fantastic deposit that's being advanced dominantly from our geological skill sets, and we make a placement into the company, private companies and public companies, and occasionally we even buy out of the open market. And our track record over 20 years is we've made 75 million Canadian dollars in profits from executing this aspect of our business. Now, those funds, which have now come to us from profitable investments, are reinvested right back into royalty generation and royalty acquisition, furthering the portfolio growth. So that's resulted in this portfolio that spans a dozen countries and touches 5 million acres of mineral rights worldwide. 171 royalties, 266 mineral property positions within this portfolio that span the gamut of early stage exploration all the way up to major porphyry copper mines that have been developed around the world. And I'll go through and I'll talk about some of the highlights within this portfolio. First of all, let's look at the Western United States, where we touch 12,000 mining claims. We have mineral rights or own 100% of 12,000 mining claims. We're one of the largest mining claim owner in the Western U.S. Most importantly, the Leeville mine, operated by Nevada Gold Mines, is in the heart of the Carlin Trend in Nevada and is currently paying around $2.5 million US per year. We all want to own royalties because of discovery optionality. You want to be exposed to those new pounds or ounces that are being found in the ground at no cost to the royalty holder. The royalty holder is not paying for the exploration work, not paying for the development work, but we're exposed to that new discovery. We call that discovery optionality. And two great examples in the Western United States, both are in Arizona. One is the Hermosa-Taylor system in southern Arizona, operated by South 32, a major diversified mining house. The extension of the lead zinc silver mineralization that was developed at Taylor comes onto another project called Peak, where we have the royalty and South 32 is the operator, and it has zoned into a copper zinc silver system with fantastic grades. This is a great example. This is a project that was deep in our portfolio, one of 266 positions, now has risen up and is a substantial asset thanks to this concept of discovery optionality. Another great example is the Arizona Sonora Copper Company just announced a big discovery, partially on our royalty ground in Arizona, that triggered a $3 million cash payment to us because we oftentimes build in stage gate payments, advanced royalty payments, share payments, all in advance of the production royalty. And this is a good example of that. So we've already booked the $3 million US, and we have a royalty on the project. It's another great example of the execution of the model, and I could go on and on, but let's go to South America. So in South America, we have a royalty on the Caserones porphyry, copper, and molybdenum mine operated by JX Nippon. This asset's currently paying pre-tax close to $10 million per year. We're able to repatriate those monies after paying tax in Chile back to Canada without paying additional tax because there is a tax treaty with Canada and Chile. So that's a great paying asset, long mine life. We're delighted to have exposure to this. Long term, we're very bullish copper. Also, within this portfolio is a whole host of exploration work and development work going on at Berenguela with the company that is here today. Ralph Rushton is the CEO of Aftermath Silver. And then Abra Silver is advancing the substantial discovery in Argentina called Diablillos. The drill results coming out of Diablillos are eye-popping, very, very, very interesting. Silver, gold, copper mineralization being delineated there. We have a 1.25% royalty on that system. Delighted to be exposed to that upside. Another great example of discovery optionality. So moving on to Northern Europe, we're the largest individual mineral rights holder in all of Fennoscandia. We've been a dominant player in this region of the world now for over a decade, acquiring copious quantities of mineral rights from Norway, Sweden, and Finland. A couple of significant developments here, drilling on behalf of Boliden at Bjørfjord in northern Norway is seeing some nice intercepts. The Viscaria mine, which is a copper, gold, iron deposit in the Kiruna area, is advancing towards coming back into production. Delighted to have a royalty on that one. And then very importantly, the Kaukua system is being advanced by Palladium 1 as a platinum, palladium, gold, copper, nickel, cobalt deposit. Those are commodities that we like. It has a large endowment, and I believe that is a good candidate for a major mining company to come in. There's additional discovery work going on at Gumsberg and other projects within this portfolio. Some of our most valuable assets are in the Tethyan metallogenic belt that transects through Eastern Europe and Turkey. My last job before I left Newmont Mining Corporation 20 years ago to found this company was exploration manager of Turkey. I think it's a fantastic geological terrain. We came into Turkey early when there was a lot of open ground. We've cycled through over 200 licenses in Turkey, and that's brought on to production now a few different mines. Most importantly, or very importantly, I should say, is the Balya deposit, lead, zinc, silver mineralization that's now in production. This is a royalty that came from our generative business. So it has almost no cost basis to us. In fact, it's already paid for itself. And those ongoing royalty payments quarterly from there, I expect the production here to increase incrementally over the course of the next few years and become a multi-million-dollar per annum royalty. At Gediktepe, which recently came into production, this is a new gold-silver deposit in the upper oxide zone where we have a 10% royalty. That is operated by Lydia Madencilik, a very well-established Turkish mining house. And we're delighted to receive those payments from Gediktepe. The first payment we got was $1.5 million for a couple of months. We expect the mine there to do very well. I was just in the field visiting this mine site last week and delighted to see that everything is on schedule and going nicely. There, at Gediktepe, there's a lower sulfide zone, and the mineralization becomes polymetallic and zones into a copper-zinc deposit, and we have a 2% royalty on that. So I'm more than happy to answer questions from the group and further discuss these assets. And I would also like to point out that Isabel, who handles investor relations for us, is here with a digital card that has a plethora of information on it about EMX, including our asset handbook, the corporate PowerPoint presentation, the H.C. Wainwright analysis that's been done on the company. And I'll point out that H.C. Wainwright has a $4 US target price on EMX. Thank you very much.